Kazakhstan has chosen the multi-vector integration. Its trends, collisions, and prospects are coming up in the Single Market Program.
Today in the program, Astana, a 20 years long way of development. AEF as an eventful landmark of the region. New energy of Expo. Success of Selena.
Здравствуйте, с вами Еркебулан Бекмухамбет.
Hello, I'm Yerkebulan Bekmukhambet. Today's release of Single Market we devote to the 20th anniversary of Astana, the youngest capital in the world, one of the rapidly growing cities of the Eurasian continent, a futuristic project in the field of urban planning. And this is all about Astana, which celebrates its anniversary in July. The growth rate of the Kazakh capital for 20 years is astonishing. The territory and population has increased 3 times. The volume of housing grew 19 times, and the number of cars 10 times. What other significant parameters has gained Astana during its capital status? We will learn from our observer, Alexander Galiyev.
Узнаем от нашего обозревателя Александра Галиева.
20 years old. In terms of humans' biological age, this is the time when the future is gaining real contours. In this regard, the capital of Kazakhstan is like a young man who knows what he wants and can achieve. But on the scale of the global history for the city, this is just the beginning of the voyage. Nevertheless, Astana has a good growth. Let's look at the dynamics of figures and facts. Gross regional product. In 1998, it was 60 billion tenge. In 2017, it was 5 trillion tenge, an 80 times increase is fixed. Receipts to the state budget. In 1998, there were 13 billion tenge. In 2017, there was 1 trillion tenge. That was a 76-time growth. The annual volume of investments in the basic stock of the capital for 20 years has grown 44 times. In 2017, the main city of Kazakhstan also showed good performance. The volume of industrial production amounted to 550 billion tenge. This is a 7% increase. During the year, the city's economy attracted investments amounting to 945 billion tenge. At the same time, 70% of this volume is private capital. In general, the investment growth over the past year was 3%. According to analysts, the indicator of Astana's stable growth is its constant focus on compliance with world trends. The growing urbanization is among these trends. The territory of the city has unlimited potential due to the development of the left bank zone. Here, a new city is developed within 20 years. It is in this part of the capital, the administrative and business center, the special economic zone, Astana New City, the medical and educational clusters, the Astana Expo Exhibition Center, and the state-of-the-art transport infrastructure are located. In addition to it, today the main potential of the housing stock is realized and the international financial hub is formed. And instead of a resume, I will refer to the well-known expert in the field of urbanization, Andrew Howard, who once said, Astana has an absolute advantage. Youth, you can rock here. You should not be afraid, and you can improvise. That is all. Alexander Galiyev has been reporting. Everything flows and everything changes in this world. Time, realities, problems, and solutions. This tendency is traced at the Astana Economic Forum. This dialogue platform has already become an eventful attraction of the Kazakh capital. Although the forum was held in mid-May, nevertheless, Astana's anniversary is a good occasion to talk about the global issues that were discussed at this meeting. Moreover, I was there and listened and communicated and compared. 2018 will be marked in the history of Astana Economic Forum as its starting point. This year it has begun to work in an updated format as the Astana Summit of Global Challenges. This was announced at the plenary session in the report of the President of Kazakhstan, Nursultan Nazarbayev, who outlined 5 global trends of the present. All of them are caused by the rapidly changing times and their influence on the life of society in its various manifestations.
На наших глазах стремительно создается новая модель экономики.
We witness a new model of the economy rapidly emerging, in which not only business, but the whole life of society is digitized. Achieving a critical mass of new technologies changes the basic ones.
Конкурентоспособность стран. Мы запустили программу
In addition to the digitalization of the economy, an important place in the further development of civilization is occupied by the energy revolution, and Kazakhstan is trying to follow this trend. This is evidenced by the efforts of the Republic in the transition to a low-carbon economy by hosting Expo Energy of the Future in Astana, and by the project of creating a green technology center on its territory. The participants of Astana Forum expect that the new structure will have an international significance.
Growth is a movement, an aptitude to go to the development, and probably Kazakhstan will be one of the key players, because green technologies and digital economy will be one or two of the key drivers of this new economy we are going to build together.
The rapid growth of the world's population and the possible consequences, such as a search for answers to the questions of global food security, is also a mega trend, since nowadays the basic resources needed for food production, such as fertile soils, water, are gradually being reduced. On the one hand, this is a global problem, and on the other hand, for some countries, it can become a field of economic growth.
Basic considerations are always, number one, always pay attention to agriculture, because in developing countries that is where most people are employed. It's very important to support agriculture so that you get broad-based development.
In its turn, the rapid growth of the world's population is accompanied by a change in the pace and nature of urbanization. This process on a large scale affects the global situation. In Kazakhstan, Astana, Almaty, and Shymkent are the most active urbanization centers. Each of these cities has an individual development plan within which are defined the areas of agglomerations, windows of growth for business, and points of attraction of innovations. Of course, the tone is set by the capital of Kazakhstan. First of all, the left bank part of the city, where all iconic objects are located, including the Astana International Financial Center. According to foreign experts, this project will have a significance not only for the future of Kazakhstan, but for the whole Central Asian region. Hence, they have special expectations.
It's quite a brave step to make, but I think it's the way you can learn from the world is to take the best bits and use them as your own, rather than always insist that you know best. So it's an interesting development.
The logical link in the trend chain is the transformation of the global labor market. This topic perfectly fitted the updated format of the Astana Forum. The human resource becomes the main capital of modern production, which, in the framework of the Industrial Revolution, is now experiencing the era of renewal.
The fourth industrial revolution is a fact. It's basically using more of the computing powers and the ability to get a huge amount of data and process them and find different ways on how to either generate new products or improve processes.
Some professors or skills will become irrelevant, while others, primarily related to the process of digitalization and the development of bio and nanotechnologies, the search for clean energy sources, will be in demand.
Very important is education, is an important factor in the international competition, and especially given the changes in the digital economy, further development reforms in the education sectors are also very important.
Where to go when the usual landmarks no longer work and the new ones are still not clearly marked? What does the chart of future risks look like? And what should be taken into account when drafting an anti-crisis scenario? The answers to these questions are offered by Astana. At the dialogue platform of its annual forum, it ascertains and analyzes, calls and convinces that the future of humanity depends on a common effort in the search for solutions to global problems. In terms of it, the youngest capital of the world has already acquired a very serious experience.
Выставочный комплекс Astana Expo 2017.
Exhibition Complex Astana Expo 2017. 1 year ago, there was a Brownian movement here. Thousands of visitors to the exhibition, which was held under the motto, Energy of the Future, moved from pavilion to pavilion, moved their attention from object to object to see as much as possible of interesting and cognitive things. Today, the exhibition complex has a new energy. It is connected to the tourist potential of this territory.
Этой территории.
One 115 participating countries, 22 international organizations, 6,000 cultural and business events, as well as 4 million visitors. These numbers are included in the history of the International Exhibition Expo, which was held in 2017 in the capital of Kazakhstan, Astana. And in the memory of the participants and guests, there were bright and unforgettable impressions. It is what was emphasized by the most authoritative experts when assessing Expo 2017.
I think that the people that have come to this expo have received a really interesting cultural education into the world, but also into Kazakhstan.
The most visited object of the exhibition was the National Pavilion of Kazakhstan, Nur Alem. It was visited by over 1 million people. This is the world's largest spherical building. At night, it looks like a huge glowing ball, which is visible even from space. Its size is impressive. The area of the sphere is 15,000 square meters. The height is 80 meters. Today, many foreign guests of Astana compare the Energy of the Future Museum with such European tourist sites as the Eiffel Tower in Paris and the Atomium in Brussels. After the expo, this building became the new symbol of Astana and the center of attraction of tourists from all over the world.
All technical possibilities of the modern world, and it shows also a deep connection to all the sustainable goals.
Each level of the building performs not only aesthetic functions but also cognitive purposes. That's why visitors try to examine all the exhibits and get acquainted with the information.
My friends and I used to come here every day, visited the pavilions. A couple of times we were in Kazakhstan Pavilion, and you know, a whole day is not enough to see everything.
For example, at the 7th level of the museum, there is an exposition, Space Energy, a source that humanity will use in the future. At the 6th level, there is a huge orange ball, and immediately it becomes clear that visitors are dealing with the energy of the sun. On the 5th floor, you can stroll along the wind lane and feel the energy of the air masses on yourself. Here, the wind mythology, the main characteristics of the appearance of the wind are presented. There are an aerodynamic pipe in which we can feel the power of the wind and an air fountain. The 4th level of Nur Alem is decorated in the form of a square with a green panorama. Here is the biomass energy section. It can explain how, by processing biomass by chemical reactions and catalysts, it is possible to obtain such useful products as paper and various types of bioproducts. Therefore, the Nur Alem sphere is perfect for educational and cognitive tourism. On the territory of the exhibition complex Expo, there are other facilities. Some of them continue to work as usual. For example, concerts are held in the Energy Hall, and the Congress Center hosts various forums and conferences. Other facilities will soon begin to function in a new capacity. The International Financial Center will be located on the territory of the exhibition. Astana IT is a university, business center, as well as an international center for green technologies, and Astana Hub, an exhibition center where various exhibitions of Kazakhstan will be held. These objects fit into the segment of MICE, that is, business tourism. Today, this format is considered quite promising in the world. In general, the exhibition complex Astana Expo has a high potential for attracting foreign tourists. For example, visitors from China come here more often.
I came to the Astana 4 times. This is the 4th time. But every time I come here, it's so amazing, very impressive. So for this the tourism site is beautiful, beautiful. You have to do some PR. You have to do some advertisement. Go to Beijing and say, oh, come to Astana, come to Kazakhstan, and see we have a beautiful place.
The objects of the exhibition complex Astana Expo are included in the single tourist map, Astana City Pass. The package includes a smart card with a chip to visit the touristic sites, a guidebook in 4 languages, a map of the city, a SIM card for a mobile operator, and special offers from the best institutions in Astana. Foreign tourists consider this service very effective. Astana is called the point of attraction of business interest. This activity is explained by several factors. Firstly, a fairly impressive investment portfolio is being formed here. Secondly, the most important integration projects are accumulated here. And thirdly, in the capital of Kazakhstan, all conditions for the implementation of business initiatives with the involvement of external capital have been created. At the end of 2016, Polish investors presented their new project in Astana. Our correspondent in Astana, Aida Baimakova, will report about its history and destiny. Every transnational company has its own strategy of global business and its place in the world market. 25 years ago, in Poland, a new company in the building materials sector was established. Its concept was to gain confidence from its partners and consumers through constant development. The transnational company has been achieving this goal in close alliance with science and industry, studying the opinions and wishes of specialists working in the construction sector, and drawing on the best innovative developments. As a result, today its products are known all over the world. These are polyurethane foams, building materials, adhesives, sealants, varnishes, and paints. The company itself has become an international business group. The group includes 30 companies around the world. Currently, the group is the world's 3rd largest producer of polyurethane foam. In 2013, the Polish investor decided to build a plant in the Kazakh capital. The start of the new enterprise was given by the president of the country in December 2016. The location of the enterprise on the territory of the Special Economic Zone, Astana New City, allowed this project to receive certain preferences such as ready infrastructure, tax benefits, and favorable conditions for doing business. Unhindered entry, the absence of any access regime, customs procedures. We basically pass everything quite easily and conveniently. For 18 months since the launch, the production capacity of the enterprise has been mastered by 60%. At the same time, the trading range of the plant is quite extensive. Here, 25 items of finished products are produced. There are all mixtures intended for renovation of both indoors and outdoors, a number of special products, waterproofing of different capacities, as well as heat-resistant glue, special stoves for furnaces of any kind, which are subject to a large thermal heating. The company installed the modern European equipment, and production technologies were developed in their own laboratories of a transnational holding company. The raw materials are placed into the dosing scales, chemical additives are added, they are mixed together and then sent to the packing unit. The entire process is automated, which reduces the risks of producing defective products. Today, this Astana enterprise is a key player in the Kazakhstan market of profile products. It managed to gain this position due to optimal ratio of price and quality. We are quite competitive in the market since 90% of raw materials are local and only 5% of chemical additives we import from Poland. Thanks to this project, the international company was able to create a solid foundation for the development of its business in Central Asia, a region that is considered very promising in the framework of the global concept of the Silk Road economic belt. And Kazakhstan, with the help of this holding's investments, received a high-tech enterprise capable of producing export products. Fast-growing market and favorable business conditions, as well as great opportunities that give the status of Astana, the youngest capital of the world, which is situated in the center of Eurasia. The Polish investors appreciated all these factors and took advantage of the window of new perspectives. Aida Baimakova, Oskar Aitkenov, especially for single market.
На сегодня это все.
That's it for today. Yerkebulan Bekmuhammed has been reporting. See you soon in the Single Market Program.
Встречи в программе Single Market.